Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of On the Sidelines with Andy Morphew. I'm here with Kenny Bare, the athletic director for Velma-Alma Public Schools. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks for having me over.
Well, Coach, let's talk a little bit about the previous school year for Velma, but I would also want to mention the fact that in a couple of weeks you'll be named to the Oklahoma Coaches Association Hall of Fame.
Well, thank you. I feel very honored to receive this honor. So I was kind of surprised when I got the phone call, but I just feel very blessed.
Definitely. And so let's talk a little bit about the fall sports. Obviously, that's the start of the previous school year. You guys have softball, you have football, and I forgot to mention early cross country.
Yes.
So just tell me a little bit about how each sport did to start off the school year.
Well, the softball team, I think they did improve quite a bit from the year before, and they got a win in the district play, but I think their season ended there. But KD Wright and Kenny Spigner do a really good job developing the girls, and we're really hoping to have a good season this coming year.
Definitely. And the football team, obviously, they have pretty high expectations, but obviously injury bug kind of bit last year, and that happens in high school sports. Just tell me a little bit about how Coach Norton has that program going.
Well, last year, like you said, we had real high expectations coming into the season, and really had some tough losses to begin with, but could have one play here and there. We could have won those games, but then the injury bug did hit, and we lost Slade Strickland at quarterback. That was a big blow offensively and defensively, and we had some young kids coming in playing, and it just didn't work out like it started out to be. But
right.
Again, with going back to 8-man this coming year, we've got high expectations.
Definitely. And so cross country, obviously, you guys have a pretty storied program with that. And, obviously, just tell us a little bit about the runners and how they've done.
Well, Jake McGuire took over the cross country program, and he's doing a good job of getting interest. It's not the easiest thing to do in August, and then late July and August and into September to get kids to want to go out and run. But he's done a good job of keeping up with the big tradition that Velma has in cross country. And last year was a successful season for both the girls and the boys.
Definitely. And so let's kind of transition into the winter sports, which Velma is lucky to have only one sport, and that's basketball, which you're a very big expert in. So let's talk a little bit about the basketball programs. Obviously, the girls program had a new coach this year with Dalton Dismute.
Yeah.
And then obviously you've been around for so many years. I can't remember the number right off the top of my head, but maybe you can shine a light on that.
Well, we'll go with the girls to begin with, and we did hire Dalton Dismute to start off to coach the girls last year, and he really did a good job. He got the girls to the area tournament, and it's been a while since they'd been to the area tournament, and the interest he has again and what he brings to the table, we're very lucky to have Dalton on our staff. So, and then the boys, that was my 29th season last year at Velma, which is a long time for coaches to be at one school.
Yeah.
And we won 20 games, which is kind of a goal that most teams set at the beginning of the year. You want to try to get to 20 and then see what happens. And we did get to 20 and 6, but with what we've done out at Velma, not getting to the area tournament and beyond was a little bit of a disappointment. But Jackson Lohr does a big leader for us, and we're going to miss him this coming season for sure.
And one of the things that obviously basketball is a sport that you guys excel in, but the Stevens County tournament this year was another good side. You guys were in the finals with the boys, and the girls did really well. So just tell me about the Stevens County tournament and just some of the highlights of the season.
Well, we played Marlowe again. I think it's 5 years in a row. We played Marlowe in the Stevens County tournament, and that game. What I recall is, when it was over, I was a little disappointed at the margin of victory. That Marlowe was a very good team. Kurt Harris does has done such a good job with their team. But our kids at Velma and the community at Velma, we take the Stevens County tournament pretty serious,
Mm-hmm.
and we've had lots of success in it. Again, I don't know how many exactly we've won, but we've been in the finals more years than not when I've been at Velma. And I've been there 29.
Right.
Next year will be my 30th year. But we also were in the finals of the Davis tournament. Boys were in the finals of the Davis tournament, and we won the Wilson tournament early in the season. So
Definitely. So let's transition into the spring sports. Obviously, you've got golf, which you're the coach of on the boys' side, and then you've got baseball, you've got track and field. So just tell me about how the spring sports did that, because I know the golf program for the boys' side for sure. You had a really good season for you
yeah, the
guys.
boys golf. We've been to the state tournament I think 5 or 6 years in a row. 3 years ago we got fifth place. Then last year we got fourth place, and then this past season we ended up being runner up, second place. Wyatt Davison was on all those teams, and he ended up he was a senior, graduating senior, and he ended up being the top senior finisher on the west side of the state, which earned him all state honors.
Yeah.
And he'll play in the all state match Monday the 27th
Mm-hmm.
in Oklahoma City. So, but Wyatt led us, and we have 4 coming back for next year. I only had 1 senior, so boys golf is in good shape. KD Wright coached the girls golf team, and they made the state tournament again for the second or third year in a row. And so it was a very successful golf season for both the boys and the girls. Baseball is Randy Norton and Seth Tinsley helps assistant, and I think they went to regionals this year.
Yeah.
Had a good season. Senior loaded, so there's lots of seniors that are going to need to be replaced in baseball. But Coach Norton does a really good job handling the baseball program. Jake McGuire has the girls and the boys track team. And I know that they had a successful year and took several people on the boys and girls side to the state track meet.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, now that we're wrapping up the previous school year, tell me a little bit about the new school year and what you guys have done so far to prep for that.
Well, the biggest change will be for the football team to go back down to 8-man. We had a few years and a lot of success in 8-man, and then the last 2 seasons they bumped us back to 11-man. So this coming season with our enrollment, we're going to be bumped back down to 8-man football. And everybody's optimistic at this time of the year, and they've been working hard this summer. So we're hopeful for a good season this coming season.
Well, I don't think any head coaching changes happened for you guys, but is there any new assistants that's
well, the biggest change in football, we didn't hire any new coaches, but Jake McGuire has been promoted to the defense coordinator. So, and again, it'll be interesting to see how we do things differently going down to 8-man with the new defense coordinator. I think all the other sports have stayed intact, which, again, I think is a good thing about Velma. We've had coaches stay a long time, and it helps create consistency in the program.
For sure. And so, if I could get you to summarize the last school season for you, what do you say would be the sentence that or a couple sentences that you would use for this?
Well, I think, with the expectations that we've built in the past and the tradition of Velma, last year was a little bit of a down season. I think girls basketball might have past expectations, and I think some of our other sports we didn't quite get to the mark we want. But that doesn't stop us from continuing to work hard and build for the future. And I know the boys basketball, we had a really good summer going to team camps and having summer league, and I know Dalton did the same thing with girls basketball. Coach Norton has the guys lifting and running, getting prepared for the football season, and I know Jake will have I'm going to go back. We did hire a new coach last year, Golden Brown. I said Jake McGuire did this cross country, but Golden Brown is our cross country
coach. I forgot about that.
And I apologize, Golden. I didn't mean to leave you out. But Golden took over the cross country program, and she did a really good job with the boys and the girls cross country. Jake in the fall is with football, so he didn't do cross country. but anyway, high expectations. We always expect, you know, as far as I'm the basketball coach, state tournament is our goal every season. And I know Dalton talks about that with his girls. And I know Coach Norton expects advancement in the playoffs and making deep runs. And our cross country and track teams have had great tradition of getting people to the state tournaments, and our golf team both have people coming back, especially on the boys' side. So uh, I'm very excited about the upcoming school year.
Definitely. Well, that about wraps us up. Thank you so much, Coach Bear, for being on with us.
I'm glad you had me.
All right.
Thank you.